And welcome to 10%. You know, San Francisco has a reputation as being a theater city, but in fact, all of Northern California is a hotbed, I should say a hot aisle seat, for great performing arts. And tonight, we're speaking with the publisher of the magazine that covers all of it, Robert Sokol of Bay Stages Magazine. Robert, welcome. How are you?
Hi, David. Good to see you.
So, Bay Stages Magazine, now 6 months old.
Yep.
The only magazine that covers all 9 Bay Area counties for theater, correct?
That is correct. Well, it's not just theater, it's all live performing
all live
art.
Performance.
The subhead is for all the stages of your life. So whether you like indie grunge bands or the ballet or, you know, Broadway musicals, you'll find those in Bay Stages.
Now, what's your favorite indie grunge band? You know,
I'm probably
we're pretty much in the same stage of
show
life.
Queen.
So yeah.
Show queen.
Yeah. Now, what made you start a magazine in this economy? I mean, it's doing well. I've seen the advertising base. People talk about it. I see it around Northern California in theaters. It seems counterintuitive starting a print publication in 2011.
It's what we knew initially. Via Media, which is my company, is a design and publishing firm. So we started from a print competency more than a web competency. And it's also still, even with all of the online advertising and so on, people like something to touch and to hold. We cater very much to the resident performing arts consumer as well as the visiting performing arts consumer. And so, for concierges in hotels who particularly love us because we're doing their job for them, it's really easy for them to just go, oh, you like entertainment, here, take this with you and take a look at that.
So now, what was the idea behind it? I mean, I know for a long time you're a theater person, you and your husband, seen you on the aisle a lot. What was the day that you went, I'm going to start a magazine?
It was the day that I was having a fight with an editor who shall remain nameless at another publication, because I've been a writer for over a decade now. And I just, I've had this design and publishing firm, and I was just really angry, and I said, I wouldn't have to put up with this crap if I would just start my own magazine.
So it came to you like a bolt out of the blue.
It did. It was really one of those aha moments. It took a few years to get there, and I kept notes about things. Oh, this would be good for the magazine. Do that. And then after we recently moved from the Castro to another part of town, it just felt like the time to do it. It just really did.
And what has been the response? The
response has been overwhelming. The theater community loves it at what I call the mid-level to small house community, because they don't always get the coverage at the major dailies and magazines and so on.
Right, because I mean, a print publication, whether it's the Sacramento Bee or the San Jose Mercury News or the San Francisco Chronicle, East Bay Express, what have you, they only have as many pages to cover the arts as they've sold advertising pages for. So how do you balance that? Because you're not just the artistic voice behind Bay Stages, you're the guy that's out there flacking for ads too, right?
Actually, I try and stay out of it. I really do try and stay out of it. There, there's all those great, truth/myths in life, the checks in the mail, and advertising and editorial, not supposed to be together. We're a small shop, so we do cross lines every once in a while. But primarily, I focus on our mission. Really, is to assist the performing arts community or consumer in making an informed choice about how to spend their entertainment dollars. We don't necessarily recommend one way or another. We just say, here's what it's about. Does this interest you? Would you want to go? And
are all the theater companies, performing arts groups, musical groups, dance groups, are they all in communication with you? Do they all know about this now?
We're hoping so. We continue every day to put the word out in a wide variety of formats. We've done some strategic partnerships. There's a wonderful local organization called Theater Bay Area, which is very much an industry organization. If you're a working actor, designer, producer, director, you're involved with Theater Bay Area. And so we partner with them. We see it as an audience development function where we cross-promote each other so that we can continue to reach out to both the audience community and the professional community in the arts.
Right. Now, you come out monthly.
Yes.
So you're an information magazine. You're helping promote performing arts. Is there an opportunity through the web-based part of what you do to break news? I mean, are you going to be a theater and performing arts news publication in addition to a promotional piece?
Yes, very much so. Couple of ways we're doing that. Our goal really is to be the performing arts entertainment portal for the Bay Area, so that when you need information, you come to baystages.com and check it out. We've just launched a new event database, which I think people are really going to love, because now you go to some sites and you want to find an event, and you get walking tours and basket weaving classes. I actually came up with a grief group one time when looking for entertainment.
And what you just wanted was theater.
Yeah.
So how to, I mean, not to interject something here, but you've got things like Theater Bay Area, and you've got SF Arts Monthly, and you've got BNG. You've got people who supposedly do a good job of telling us what's going on in the performing arts. How do you set yourself apart? And how do they feel about this competition?
Well, like I said, Theater Bay Area doesn't see us as competition. Otherwise, I don't think we'd be doing cross-promotion with one another. Haven't really spoken to the Arts Monthly folks. We set ourselves apart because we really pay attention to all live performing arts. You know, Arts Monthly is a wonderful publication. It has ties to the New York Times and so on. Great. But if you wanted to find an act at the Great American Music Hall, you're probably not going to find it in there, because they tend to lean towards the more classical arts.
Well, let's not so much talk about San Francisco, but what if I want to find something at Pegasus up in Monterey, California, in the Russian River? If I want to find something in Sacramento, am I going to go to you guys, or? You
can go to baystages.com, because we cover the full 9-county area of the Bay Area. We go up north to Guerneville, to Santa Rosa. We swing through Napa, Walnut Creek, Antioch, down to San Jose, and then back up the peninsula to home.
So how is performing arts different in the North Bay versus the East Bay versus the South Bay versus San Francisco? I mean, there is this stereotype that unless you come into the 7x7 area of San Francisco, you're not going to get real quality performing arts.
That's not true. Talent is talent, and talent will come to the fore, and there's a lot of really great talent all around the Bay Area. We have over, I think, 350 theater and dance organizations that are members of TBA, Theater Bay Area, and not all theater and dance organizations are members, and that doesn't count, you know, the comedy clubs, the music venues, and all of the other performing arts spaces that are available. We've got great talent all around the Bay. It's not just the Broadway tours that come through, as wonderful as they can be.
Right. Well, talk a little bit about that. What are some of the things that you have noticed that surprised you about the performing arts in the North Bay, you know, upwards towards Santa Rosa into the Russian River area? Things that, if it weren't for your magazine or you hearing about it, you don't think maybe the rest of the Bay Area would have known about?
There are some great companies up there doing really special work. Up in Santa Rosa, there's a great theater company called 6th Street Playhouse. Does some really, really nice projects. They recently completed a run of The Mystery of Irma Vep, which is that great Charles Busch
yes,
comedy.
Yes, exactly. It isn't done very often.
Yeah. And then in Petaluma, there's Cinnabar Theater that also does some really good work. So, you know, it's making the effort to explore beyond that 7x7 comfort zone. And also, even within the 7x7 comfort zone, making the effort to explore some of the smaller theaters. I mean, Cutting Ball Theater, Boxcar Theater, SF Playhouse do extraordinary things. Ray of Light Theater just did an amazing production of Assassins over at the Eureka, which is where 42nd Street Moon does most of its season.
And how about into the South Bay and the East Bay? Some venues or things that have surprised you, and not just theater, but dance and music that you think a lot of people may not automatically think about.
You know, I defer dance decisions to other writers at the publication, because I'm not a dance expert at all. And that's one of the reasons why I have a wide range, a wide pool of contributing writers, because I think people should know what they're writing about, and dance is not one of my things, so I would never go into trying to talk about it. I want somebody who is, you know, educated on the subject to communicate with our readers.
But for instance, in the East Bay, I remember when I first moved to San Francisco, I was made aware of Woodminster, the musical theater group in the East Bay, and a wonderful old WPA Roosevelt-era open-air amphitheater. Do you think a lot of people know about this treasure in the East Bay?
I don't. Honestly, I don't. And that's part of our mission. I mean, we really are looking to promote and create awareness for, like I said, those mid to small range companies that wouldn't get coverage otherwise. We work very hard with the coverage in the magazine to, you know, not to attend to a wide range of diversities. I sort of call it three-dimensional chess, because it's not just diversity as we know it in terms of gender or race or things like that, but it's also diversity of size. You know, go to ACT here, and then go to Boxcar 6th Street Playhouse here, and then diversity of geography. So that's a third dimension to add to it.
In our last few moments, tell me a little bit about, I mean, this is a philosophical question. In 2011, when a lot of magazines and papers are struggling, and people are saying, why on earth would I go to a live performance event when I can turn on YouTube or the old boob tube or what have you? Is there a rich future for the live performing arts, or
Absolutely.
are we struggling?
No, absolutely there is a future. There will always be a future for live performing arts, because there is no experience like live performing arts. Transformers 3, great. Go watch it, have a lot of fun with it, but then go see somebody on a cabaret stage pour their soul out in a song.
What do you think is going to be for the next few months, your game plan, since you're now 6 months out? What do you see happening with the magazine in the next few months?
Developing the website more. The magazine is down to sort of a science now. We know what we're doing, so we're expanding on the website, the database, more breaking news, as you mentioned. Those are our goals.
So we'll see more of Base Stages in the future.
You will.
Up next, we're going to speak with Chris Winslow, and we're going to learn about the internet dating musical, OMFG. I don't know if we can say that on TV, but you'll learn about it. We'll be right back. Thanks so much.